Thanksgiving dinner, a time when families gather, or so people say, a time for gratitude, for warmth, for shared memories and laughter around the table. But sometimes, the truth underneath is colder than the winter air outside. This year, my family's Thanksgiving was a storm waiting to break. My sister, Natalie, the golden girl, the one everyone always looked up to, she stood up in the middle of dinner. The turkey barely carved, the stuffing cold on my plate. She looked at me with those eyes I'd seen 1,000 times before. But this time, they were sharper, colder. "We voted," she said. "You're not family anymore." The room erupted. Cheers. Applause. My own family, my parents, cousins, uncle, everyone, cheering as if I'd lost some game. I sat there frozen, my heart clenched tight. But after a moment, I laughed softly. I said, "Then I guess you won't need this." I placed a thick folder right there on the table. Curious eyes turned to it. What was inside? What was this challenge? Natalie snatched it up, ripping it open like it was nothing. But as she flipped through the pages, her smile faded. Her face lost all color. She screamed, a scream that cut through the noise like a knife. She slammed the folder shut as if it had burned her hands. The room went deathly silent. Inside that folder was everything. Every dollar I had quietly sent over 5 years. Every text message asking for help. Every receipt for payments. Every email and screenshot. It was a record, not of generosity, but of being taken for granted. You see, I wasn't the favorite child. Never close. Natalie was the shining star. Good grades, big smile. She knew how to work a room and lie straight to someone's face without missing a beat. Meanwhile, I was quiet, private. The one who worked 2 jobs to pay for college alone. The one who never asked for help, even when I needed it most. They hated that silence. They took it as weakness. When Joel lost his job, who got the call first? Me. Just a small loan? Me again. When her car broke down? Me. Where a kid needed therapy? Me again. I was their safety net, their secret bank account. But they never said thank you. Instead, the gratitude turned into expectations. Backhanded jokes at dinner. "Oh, must be nice to afford good wine. Must be nice to have no kids worrying about. You're cold. Maybe that's why you're still alone." And then, the cold shoulder. Natalie blocked me on social media after I said no to co-signing her small business loan. 3 months of silence followed. No calls, no invites, no family dinners. But I didn't sit back and sulk. I pulled out my records, every payment, every transaction. $78,000 over 5 years poured into their hands without repayment or thanks. $8,000 for Joel's rehab. $2,300 for Natalie's dental work, which turned out to be elective veneers. $1,500 for my dad's back surgery. $12,000 wiped mom's credit card debt clean. $6,000 helped Laura with college move-in costs. $4,500 covered a family emergency that became a trip to Cabo. No one ever offered to pay me back. They just took it silently, then voted me out like I was the problem. So I made that folder. Every receipt meticulously organized. Every message screenshot, including Natalie calling me a cash cow behind my back in private threads I didn't even know I could access. And when I opened that folder at dinner, everything changed. Natalie wasn't just exposed. She was dismantled page by page in front of everyone who had cheered her on before. My mother looked ready to faint. My uncle clutched his wine glass like he was holding onto his last hope. Joel stared at one page after another, jaw dropping as he saw how deep the lies went. For once, no one spoke up to defend her, because the truth was undeniable. I stood up slowly and said, "You rehearsed this," I told them. "You planned this show. But no more pretending. I wasn't the doormat anymore. I wasn't their golden goose to squeeze dry and toss out when empty. I was done." Then I pulled out another envelope. Power of attorney revoked. Medical proxy revoked. Emergency contact removed. I wasn't responsible for them anymore, legally or emotionally. Their faces, shock mixed with anger and disbelief. My mother gasped. "You're cutting ties completely?" I said calmly, "Starting now." I walked out that night into the cold air, and for the first time in years, I could breathe again. No guilt weighing me down. No calls begging for money or favors disguised as emergencies. Just silence and peace. The days after were quiet at first, too quiet, and then messages came flooding in. Mom, we're angry, but still your family. Natalie, Joel's filing for divorce. Are you happy now? Dad, you went too far. But I didn't reply to any of them. I thought I would feel guilt, maybe regret, but instead, I slept better than I had in years. I found myself waking early, going on runs, brewing coffee slowly without rushing out the door to fix someone else's mess. I made appointments with doctors and therapists, not because broken, but because finally free to care for myself. Months passed. No change from them. Still manipulative, still asking with fake softness and hidden guilt traps. A letter came from my mother begging for help with an underwater mortgage, but I threw it away unread. Because they never wanted help, they wanted control again. I moved to a new city with a new job and started rebuilding my life on my terms, no longer running from them, but running towards freedom. I reconnected with friends I'd lost touch with over years of family drama and obligation. And something amazing happened. Strangers on Reddit reached out just to say they were proud of me for standing up for myself. No asks, no guilt, just support and kindness I hadn't felt in a long time. Sometimes I think about Ellie, my niece, and what she'll grow up believing about family and loyalty and love. But mostly, I know this. Real peace isn't about blood or obligation. It's about freedom from those who only call when they want something from you. So, did I do the right thing? Was I too cold? Or was I finally done being the one holding everything together alone? For the first time in my life, I'm not just surviving, I'm living.